A local sheriff is sharing his experience after interacting with the President of the United States. Yesterday, McMinn County Sheriff Joe Guy was invited to a conference call hosted by Donald Trump with sheriffs from across the country. Channel 3's Mary Frances Hoots joins us live in the studio with more on this story. Quite a phone call, Mary Frances.
Well, yes, Greg, Sheriff Joe Guy said President Trump called him basically just to tell the sheriffs that he supported them and he supported all law enforcement and the rule of law. Guy says it feels good knowing that the President of the United States has his back.
To have the President call you and invite you together and for him to speak to you that way really was encouraging in light of some of the things that's going on nationally.
After the death of George Floyd and the months of protests that followed, law enforcement agencies all over the country have been put in the spotlight.
I think law enforcement nationwide has taken some licks, maybe even unfairly.
While many have called Floyd's death unlawful and wrong, Sheriff Guy says he is happy to hear the President of the United States doesn't think Officer Derek Chauvin's actions are a reflection of all the men and women in law enforcement.
I think it's very important when the President knows that that's not the rule, that's the exception. Most officers are just citizens who, that's the career they went into. They just want to go out and do a good job and they want to go home every night.
Guy says it's important for officers to have support now more than ever, and that Trump is working to give them more resources, specifically some that will impact Tennessee.
There's a new commission that he's formed that will study the administration of justice, but there's also a narcotics trafficking and addiction and mental health aspect to that, and those things affect law enforcement in Tennessee and East Tennessee specifically every day.
Sheriff Guy says it was a positive experience and a privilege to be included in the conversation.
It was a great honor for me to do that, to represent my region, to represent the Tennessee Sheriff Association as well as McMinn County.
Sheriff Guy says he doesn't know of a time during his career when a president has reached out to chiefs of police or sheriffs in that way to show their appreciation. And of course, he was very grateful. Live in the studio, Mary Frances Hoots, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.